Hey Chris, my question, do you remember the first time you heard yourself on the radio? You know, where were you? Who were you hanging with?
The first time I heard us on radio was on my birthday in 1999. We did a session in London, and then we went to have like cake or whatever, and someone switched on the radio to play back. We did this live session. And at that moment I knew that any time that it came on the radio after that, I'd have to switch it off. Because I was like, we sound better in my head than we do on radio. And or it's just like when you hear your voice on answer phone or speakerphone. Everyone is a bit weird about their own voice. The last artist I listened to was Mike Posner, because I'm obsessed with that song, I Took a Pill in Ibiza, or Ibiza. There's so many different ways of saying it. But that's my favorite song right now in terms of a pop song. And then before that I was listening to Bob Marley. I listen to the radio every day because I'm with the kids going to or from school. I'm in Los Angeles a lot, so I'm in traffic sometimes. And I think the radio is like the way to take the pulse of the world.
Chris, where you been? So long between tours. What's with that? And when you come back, are we going to get any surprises, special guests, anything like that?
We just decided to go on tour again. We haven't been on tour since 2011 or 12. I think we wanted a few years just to make songs. There was a lot of songs coming through and we had a lot to say, and you know, we're really enjoying that process. And then about 4 or 5 months ago, the rest of the band started to say, I wonder when we're going to go out on the road. And when they start saying that, then it's very exciting because I take their lead on that. And I think what you can expect if you come to the show, if you like Coldplay, then I think you'll have an amazing time. We're really good at playing Coldplay songs now. We just put everything we have into our shows, and that's really where we feel at home. And we're so grateful that people show up that we want to give them as much as we've got. I think over the course of the tour, maybe 1 or 2 people will show up on stage. I don't know. It always depends on the day, and we tend to leave it till the last minute. But we have a very open door policy in the band. Basically, if you show up with a guitar, you might get a shot. But it helps if you're like, you know, a legend.
Hey there, you sexy devil. So I was wondering, which collaborations that you've done in the past are you particularly proud of, and what was the recording process like?
The President is on our album, that's true. Now, did he come to the studio and like sit back with a rum and, you know, whatever, and just chill? No. We took the footage of the President singing Amazing Grace, which he sang at the funeral for Clementa Pinckney. And that to me was a very powerful gesture from a very powerful man to do that, rather than to preach hatred and division and attack. He chose to respond with singing that song, and I thought, what an amazing sentiment. And that kind of sentiment is what our album is about, and so we just asked the White House if we could sample that. So he's on there. Yeah, but we have a lot of people on our album, and some of them are just, you know, kids and ordinary people, and that's the point, like everyone is accepted.